If the Neanderthals, a species that dominated Europe and parts of Asia 400,000 years ago, were a known entity, then the Denisovans, an ancient human species that once existed in Asia and parts of the Pacific, remain more mysterious. Both extinct species, contemporaneous with each other, share close genetic ties with modern humans, Homo sapiens, resembling them physically, and displaying impressive achievements in labor and art. These accomplishments serve as a reminder and a source of pride in the epic symphony of human evolutionary history. In a previous article, Flow of Times extensively described the creative abilities of Neanderthals in crafting stone tools, mastering fire, creating clothing, and building boats. In this video, we will attempt to portray the enigmatic Denisovans based on the scarce archaeological evidence available. Join us on this exploration. Why are Denisovans called ghost human? The term ghost human is not used for Denisovans because this primitive human species mysteriously appeared and disappeared like ghosts. Rather, it reflects the fact that their fossil records are exceptionally limited, making it challenging to create a clear portrait of their characteristics. Their existence is somewhat elusive, akin to shadows. Currently, archaeologists have only discovered about 7 Denisovan fossils. Yes, you listen it correctly, just 7 remains of these ghost human. Among them, 5 fossils were excavated in the Denisova cave at the foot of the Altai Mountains in Siberia, Russia. One was a jawbone found in the Baishia Karst cave on the northeastern edge of the Tibetan Plateau in China. And the remaining one was a young girl's molar discovered in the Tampa Ling 2 cave on the Laos. However, these findings are faint traces, including a few isolated specimens in less than optimal conditions, such as the phalanx bone of a young woman dating back about 50,000 years. The lower jaw fragment of the Tibetan Plateau jawbone predicted to be over 160,000 years old, or the lingering DNA and sediment layers dating from 100,000 to 60,000 years ago, and possibly even more recent. In summary, most of our knowledge about Denisovans comes from genetic analysis. What is the origin of Denisovans? Denisovans are considered one of the 2 closest relatives to modern humans, Homo sapiens, along with Neanderthals, who lived in Europe and parts of Asia during the same period. The name Denisovan is derived from the location where the first fossils of this species were discovered in the summer of 2008 in Siberia. However, due to the lack of a complete specimen for academic description, the ghost human still do not have an official scientific classification in the human evolutionary tree. The ancient Denisovans belong to the Homo genus, sharing a common ancestor with Homo heidelbergensis from Africa, which also gave rise to Neanderthals and potentially modern humans. Through DNA analysis of the limited surviving fossils, archaeologists believe that Denisovans appeared around 300,000 years ago, leaving their marks in regions of East Asia and Southeast Asia such as Russia, China, Laos, the Philippines, and even crossing Wallace's line into the Melanesian region of the Pacific. This migration map demonstrates their remarkable adaptability, thriving in diverse environments from the frigid Siberia to the thin air of the Tibetan Plateau and the hot and humid tropical forests of Southeast Asia. However, despite their impressive adaptability, Denisovans, like Neanderthals and nearly 10 other Homo species, faced extinction. They officially vanished around 30,000 years ago. How to identify Denisovans? Genetic evidence suggests that to understand how Denisovans look, one should reference the physical features, body structure, and facial characteristics of Neanderthals. This is because these 2 species are relatively similar. Thus, it can be imagined that the ghost human also had a robust, muscular build with short limbs. Not tall and slender like Homo erectus or modern humans. Their chest was broad, pelvic frame and skullbox were large, and their brain volume was substantial, around 1,800 cc. Scientists have reconstructed the face of Denisovans using a new technology that analyzes the methylation process of DNA, which is considered the control switch for all cells in the body. Thanks to this, we know that they had long, wide, forward-projecting faces, large noses, low foreheads, and protruding jawlines. However, the 2 rows of Denisovan teeth were longer, and their dental arches were larger than Neanderthals and modern humans from an anatomical perspective. Their shoulder bones were smaller and bone density was lower than Neanderthals. A stark contrast to Neanderthals is the dark skin of Denisovans, regardless of whether they lived in cold regions like Siberia or warm areas like Laos. Their hair and eye colors were also dark, commonly brown hazel. The discovery of numerous stone tools and animal traces at Denisovan fossil sites partially reveals their way of life and behavior. Denisovans likely inhabited caves in expansive forests, plateaus, plains, or large steppes. They consumed a diet rich in meat, comparable to Neanderthals, frequently hunting deer, elk, gazelle, horses, bears, bison, and woolly rhinoceros, alongside various plants, seeds, tubers, and roots. Additionally, the surviving traces at excavation sites show that Denisovans mastered the use of fire. They created fire from wood or flint and used it proficiently for illumination, cooking, heating, or repelling wild animals. Moreover, they were skilled in crafting bone tools such as needles, awls, and sophisticated stone tools like fire-starting stones, stone blades, bifacial tools, biface scrapers, and short-tang tools. There is also evidence that the mysterious ghost people knew how to create jewelry, as seen in artifacts like chlorite bracelets, jadeite bracelets, ivory rings, and pendant necklaces made from deer antlers or mammoth ivory discovered in the Denisova cave in Siberia. Why did Denisovans go extinct? The Denisovan species is estimated to have gone extinct around 30,000 years ago, following the Neanderthals by approximately 10,000 years. The specific reasons remain a mystery. However, researchers believe that the disappearance of the ghost human may have occurred similarly to their Neanderthal relatives, either due to diseases, climate changes, a sparse population vulnerable to significant disasters, displacement by modern humans, or interbreeding with Neanderthals and modern humans leading to genetic dilution and eventual disappearance. Regardless of the specific cause, one unchangeable fact is that the Denisovans have permanently vanished. However, around 5% of the genes of indigenous peoples in Papua New Guinea, Australia, the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, and the Negrito people in the Philippines are identified as inherited from Denisovans. Isn't it fascinating? They may be gone, but their legacy lives on. Even when DNA traces are no longer present in some modern human populations, Denisovan genes persist in the fossil records of archaeologists and in the family tree of our Homo lineage. In the next video, Flow of Times will share about the only surviving human species to this day, modern humans, Homo sapiens. Stay tuned on this YouTube channel. If you are interested in any other species, please leave a comment below, and our team will research and provide information for you. Goodbye and see you again.